today marks the death of a wonderful boxer, Muhammad Ali. I'm sure that you may have heard about his tragic death. And the person
Was it
asking,
tragic?
Oh, not tragic, but just
death.
the death is tragic.
Okay.
Just death is tragic. So the person's asking, what is your take on this, and has he ever influenced you in any way?
Yes, it was the year 1989. Would that be 20? Well, how many years ago would that be? That would be 26 years ago? 27 years ago. Yes, 27 years ago I read his book, The Greatest. And yeah, I underlined a lot of things. At that time I was 22 years old, and you know, I was I was able to underline a lot of life lessons from his book, and then from his documentaries, from his biographies, films, documentaries about him, and I've learned some lessons from Muhammad Ali. I really commend the fact that he was a man of free spirit, and one of the lessons I learned from him is that you should never be shy to be who you are, and you should be willing to stand up for what you believe, and to speak about it nonchalantly and freely, candidly, boldly. And also another area that I've really underlined from him is eloquency. Don't be shy to be eloquent. Stand up to your enemies and look them in the face and tell them what you think, and don't be bashful around people who, don't be shy to be bashful if people are bashful to you. Don't be shy to be confrontational if people are confrontational against you. Don't step back. Don't back out. Stand for what you believe. Believe in yourself. Fight for what you believe, and be ready and be willing to pay the price for what you believe. Even if the whole world is against you, if you believe it, go for it. And if you believe in something, don't be afraid to pay the price for it. Life and time knows how to justify you eventually. You'll be vindicated eventually with time. So a lot of lessons from the life of Muhammad Ali. As a young man growing up, I'm really glad, and I was blessed to have read some of his stories and to have learned and observed his life. And by observing him, I am who I am. I am bold everywhere. I'm bold to talk everywhere. I stand for what I believe. I'm not shy. I don't back out. I'm not timid. No spirit of intimidation in me at all. And you could see that in Muhammad Ali. He's not intimidated by anything. Not intimidated at all. He's always, upfront, confrontational when needed, and it makes his, racist opponents to swallow their words, and we should be willing to do that as well. So a lot of lessons to learn, and he's not shy, and he's not intimidated to tell the world who he is. He said he's the greatest and declared it. It's against what people would normally say, that you are supposed to be modest. No, he believed who he was, and he proved it on the stage that he was the greatest. So he paid the price, proved it, and he was not shy to talk about it. But I also learned other lessons that, physical strength is limited, and that no matter how powerful you are, a day will come when that power will leave you, physical power, and that our faith and belief should not always be in our physical strength or in the versatility of our youth, and that each time I saw him when he was sick and when he was a bit older, it always reminded me to be humble. So it's also a lesson of humility. That I'm sure when Muhammad Ali was younger, and when he was always very bashful and always very boastful and always very confrontational, he never knew that a time would come when he would become so incapacitated. So it's also a reminder for me to always think that anything could happen to me tomorrow, and I must be gracious and I must be grateful, and I must be gracious to people who are not having the same, strength that like I am, and I must be, mindful that a day is coming when I will also not, when I will be deprived of all the strength and the agility that I have right now, and that I should get ready for that, and I should be able to know how to cope with that gracefully as well. So a lot of lessons from the life of Muhammad Ali.